Hi BookTube, I'm here today with a book haul, and this will probably be the last haul of the year and the last haul for next year too, because I'm gonna try a year-long book buying ban. I don't know how successful I'll be because it's very tempting to buy books all the time, but I have a lot of unread books, and it really doesn't intimidate me, but after looking through my plans for next year and what happened this year, I need a lot more time to read the books I have than I thought I would. Okay, anyways, let's get into what books I have bought since I've last done a book haul. So, here we have One Crow's Sorrow by Vernon Oikel. This is a Canadian novel, which is one of the reasons I picked it up. And all these were used, by the way. I got them all from thrift stores. As I see a sticker on here, make sure it doesn't say my location, for $1. Okay, something wicked and dark has descended on the small town of Liverpool, Nova Scotia. Untold horrors of human suffering and pain. The truth, however, is something the locals believe is best left alone until an unexpected stranger arrives one damp March, along with thousands of crows that blanket the town in a sea of darkness. Ooh, this part is why I picked it up. One by one, members of an affluent family are targeted as the large ebony birds and the mysterious stranger go about their mission. Sounds kind of creepy, and it looks kind of creepy as well. Okay, then I also got Doris Lessing, The Golden Notebook, and this is winner of the Nobel Prize for Literature 2007. And this is about a person writing a book, and so we get excerpts of the book as well as her life, and she's dealing with writer's block. Another one I picked out is Coming Through Slaughter by Michael Ondaatje, another Canadian author, and I don't know what this book is about, but I've read In the Skin of a Lion, and I really enjoyed that. So I know I enjoy his writing, and this kind of looks experimental. Like there's the end of one chapter and the beginning of another chapter, so it's like little oh, there's some, ooh, cool. Sorry, I just read that page. Nora's Song. So it seems like little vignettes. It seems like it'd be a really fast read. And there's some black musicians on the cover there. So then I got We Are Unprepared by Meg Little Riley, and this seems totally something I would not normally pick up, but this is about a couple going through like a post-apocalyptic situation. And here it says, infect people's lives and spread like the plague, which, you know, is fitting for 2020. The next book I have is The Girl with No Name by Marina Chapman, and this is actually an autobiography or memoir of a little girl who was kidnapped in South America and abandoned in the Colombian jungle, and she lived for 5 years with a troop of Capuchin monkeys. So like really super fascinating story about I don't know if they're still called feral children, but when I was super interested in them, that's what they were called, like children who were abandoned and just lived with animals, and the effects that has on their development. Marina obviously came out, you know, for the better of it, being able to write a book. So yeah, that sounds quite interesting. Then I got this book, Darius the Great Is Not Okay by Adib Khorram. And this is, I just read the first line of the introduction, and that's why I picked it up. Darius Kellner speaks better Klingon than Farsi, and he knows more about Hobbit social cues than Persian ones. He's a fractional Persian, half his mom's side, and his first ever trip to Iran is about to change his life. So, I mean, that just sounds quite cool. Yeah. And then I got What the Body Remembers by Shauna Singh Baldwin. And this is actually an ARC copy of this book. And it ended up at the thrift store, and I got it for $1. Her mother is in debt, and her mother is dead and her father isn't dead. So it's with elation that 16-year-old Rup learned she's become the second wife of Sardarji, a weak, sick landowner whose first wife Satya has failed to bear him any children. Yeah, and it goes on. I don't like reading too much about what it's about. That first little bit was enough to pull me in. And I saw this on someone's channel and I cannot for the life of me remember who it was. I'm sorry. But this is The Ballad of Trenchmouth Taggart. And I didn't pay $5.99 for it. I only paid $1 for it. And if I can find those books at thrift stores, I'm like, I know I've heard about this from someone. So I had to get it. It's the love song of an outlaw chronicling more than 100 years of exile and outrunning trouble. He's a one-time inventor, snake handler, cunning linguist, sniper, woodsman, harmonica man, and newspaper man. He was orphaned in 1903, so sounds interesting. Okay, and then I got Monroe versus the Coyote by Darren Groth. And this is written by an Australian man who now lives in BC. So Australian Canadian, and this is this is a YA or middle grade, I think it's middle grade, dealing with the death of this guy's younger sister. So it's dealing with some interesting topics that you don't really see in middle grade, and that's such a cool cover. I mean, then I got C.S. Lewis's That Hidden Strength, and I don't know what these copies are called. I think they were made specifically for libraries because this is an old library reject. Yeah, and this is one of C.S. Lewis's science fiction novels. That's all I needed to know to pick that up. This book has been on my list for a while. On Earth We Are Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong. And before I say this, okay, no, he's not Canadian. I don't know why I thought he was Canadian. It's a letter from a son to a mother who cannot read. Written when the speaker little dog is in his late 20s. The letter unearths a family history that began before he was born. A history whose epicenter is rooted in Vietnam and spans to Hartford, Connecticut. And I don't know why I thought he was Canadian, but yeah. And lastly, I picked up this solely because it looked really weird. Venera Dreams, a weird entertainment by Claude Lalumiere. Somewhere in the Mediterranean lies the mysterious archipelago of Venera, a city-state drenched in erotic romanticism, fueled by atavistic ritual and suffused with surreal adventure and intrigue. Outside forces repeatedly attempt to steal its most closely guarded treasure, the secret of the sacred spice vermilion, and its power to alter consciousness and perhaps even reality. Venera Dreams chronicles the city-state's mythic history through antiquity, Roman times, the Renaissance, the Victorian era, the 20th century, the present, and the far future. And this is written by a Canadian author as well, so I really like books that are determined or described as weird. So that's it. That's my last ever book haul. I think. Fingers crossed that I stick to that goal. Let me know what was the last book you bought and if you've read any of these. Thank you for watching.